Benny the bunny hopped very slowly. Thump, thump, thump. He was so bored. Every single day was exactly the same. He ate crunchy carrots in the garden. He wiggled his nose. He hopped around. "This is so boring," Benny sighed deeply. "I wish something exciting would happen soon." Benny, the curious rabbit, hopped towards the meadow with a sense of wonder in his eyes. He had heard tales of this place from the older rabbits. He had never been there before, and his heart raced with excitement. The air smelled different, fresher, and filled with the scent of blooming flowers. It was past the fence, a place he had always been curious about. The meadow shimmered under the golden sunlight, creating a magical glow. Sparkles flew around like fireflies, dancing in the air. Benny felt like he had stepped into a dream. A sign said, "Welcome to Whispering Woods." Benny's eyes widened in awe. "Wow," he whispered to himself, barely able to contain his excitement. He took a deep breath, feeling the magic in the air, and hopped through the sparkly entrance, ready for the adventure that awaited him. The forest was full of amazing colors. The trees were dressed in vibrant hues of green, yellow, and red, creating a magical canopy that danced in the sunlight. The air was fresh and filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers. A little bluebird flew past, its feathers shimmering like sapphires. "Hello," chirped the bluebird, its voice as cheerful as a morning song. It flitted from branch to branch, spreading joy wherever it went. "Hello," said Benny, his voice barely above a whisper. He felt a little shy, his cheeks turning pink. He had never seen such a beautiful bird up close before. He had never talked to a bird before. Benny's eyes widened with curiosity as he watched the bluebird. It seemed so friendly and full of life. Then a squirrel peeked out from behind a tree. "Hi!" he squeaked, his eyes twinkling with mischief. "Want to play hide and seek?" "Yes!" shouted Benny, his excitement bubbling over. This was so much better than his boring garden. Benny ran through the forest, his laughter echoing through the trees. He felt free and happy, surrounded by his new friends. Benny the bluebird and the squirrel played all afternoon. They laughed and giggled, chasing each other around the tall oak trees and through the colorful flower beds. The sun was shining brightly, casting a warm glow over the entire garden. The air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers and the cheerful chirping of other birds. It was a perfect day for fun and games. Suddenly, the bluebird looked worried. Her eyes darted around, and her wings fluttered nervously. She had been so caught up in the fun that she hadn't noticed how far they had wandered from her nest. The once familiar surroundings now seemed strange and unfamiliar. "Oh no, I can't find my way home," she cried. "It's getting dark." The sky was turning a deep shade of orange as the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the forest floor. The bluebird's heart raced as she realized she was lost. Benny took a deep breath. "Don't worry," he said. "We'll figure this out together." He placed a comforting paw on the bluebird's wing, trying to calm her down. The squirrel, too, nodded in agreement, determined to help their friend. "We'll help you find your nest." The three friends set off, their eyes scanning the trees and bushes for any sign of the bluebird's home. They called out, hoping to hear a familiar chirp in response. Benny, the squirrel, and the bluebird hopped and flew through the trees. They moved carefully, making sure not to miss any clues. The forest was alive with the sounds of rustling leaves and distant animal calls, but they stayed focused on their mission. Finally, they saw a cozy nest in a branch. "Hooray!" chirped the bluebird. Her eyes lit up with joy as she recognized her home. The nest was nestled safely among the branches, just as she had left it. She gave Benny and the squirrel a big hug. Benny was so happy. He helped someone new. The bluebird's gratitude warmed his heart, and he felt a sense of pride in their teamwork. He was brave and kind. Helping the bluebird had shown him the importance of friendship and courage. He knew that they could always rely on each other, no matter what challenges they faced. "It's time for me to go home," Benny said. The sun had set, and the first stars were beginning to twinkle in the night sky. He knew his family would be waiting for him. He hopped back through the sparkly meadow. The grass glistened with dew, and fireflies danced around him, lighting his way. The journey back felt magical, filled with the memories of the day's adventure. He couldn't wait to come back tomorrow and see his new friends. Benny knew that every day held the promise of new adventures and the joy of spending time with those he cared about.